The Book of Enoch, also known as 1 Enoch, remains one of the most enigmatic and fascinating texts in the history of religious literature. Often considered apocryphal or pseudepigraphical, its origins and contents have stirred intense debate among theologians, historians, and mystics alike. The book presents a strikingly different view of divine judgment, angels, and cosmic order compared to the canonical scriptures of Judaism and Christianity, offering vivid accounts of celestial beings and their intervention in the affairs of humans. The mysterious nature of the text, combined with its exclusion from the biblical canon, makes it a subject of intrigue not only for scholars, but also for those who seek deeper understanding of the sacred and the forbidden. The Book of Enoch, despite its exclusion from the religious canon of most Christian denominations, hold a unique place in the religious landscape. For the Roman Catholic, Protestant, and Eastern Orthodox churches, it remains non-canonical, relegated to the realm of apocryphal writings. However, this exclusion is not universal. In the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, the Book of Enoch is considered an integral part of the Bible, affirming its status as canonical and authoritative within this tradition. The acceptance of this ancient text by the Ethiopian Church is particularly noteworthy, as it underscores the diverse interpretations of sacred texts and the profound impact of geography, tradition, and theological evolution on the formation of religious canons. The Ethiopian Church's unique embrace of the Book of Enoch reflects its long-standing ties to early Judeo-Christian traditions, as well as its historical connection to the Jewish communities of the ancient world. This acceptance offers valuable insight into how diverse Christian communities viewed sacred texts and their historical development. The origins of the Book of Enoch are as complex as the text itself. Scholars generally agree that it was composed over several centuries, with its final form taking shape between the 3rd and 1st centuries BCE. The text, traditionally attributed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, provides a detailed and elaborate narrative that extends far beyond the terse mention of Enoch in the Hebrew Bible. The brief reference in Genesis 5 verse 24, which states that Enoch walked with God, then he was no more, because God took him, serves as the foundation for the book's elaboration of Enoch's journey into the divine realms. This mention is cryptic, leading ancient interpreters to imagine that Enoch must have experienced profound spiritual or heavenly revelations. The Book of Enoch's narrative explores these revelations in depth, describing Enoch's interactions with divine beings, his journeys through the heavens, and his role in conveying messages of judgment to both angels and humans. The book is divided into 5 major sections, each contributing to the development of its overarching themes. These sections include the Book of the Watchers, the Book of Parables, the Astronomical Book, the Book of Dreams, and the Epistle of Enoch. The first section, the Book of the Watchers, introduces one of the most significant and controversial aspects of the text, the story of the Watchers, a group of angels who descend from heaven to earth and corrupt humanity. Led by the angel Semyaza, these celestial beings defy divine order by taking human wives, leading to the birth of the Nephilim, a race of giants. The Nephilim are depicted as beings of great strength and power, but also of great corruption, spreading violence and sin across the earth. This narrative of celestial rebellion and human corruption is one of the most striking features of the Book of Enoch, resonating with later Christian and apocryphal writings about the origins of evil and the role of fallen angels in the world. The account of the Watchers is not merely a mythological tale, but is laden with profound theological implications. The Nephilim, born of this forbidden union, represent a direct challenge to the divine order and are seen as embodiments of evil and chaos. In the Book of Enoch, these beings are not merely monstrous, but are portrayed as teaching humanity forbidden knowledge, such as warfare, astrology, and sorcery. This transmission of forbidden knowledge leads to the corruption of the human race, prompting divine intervention in the form of a catastrophic flood that purges the earth of these abominable beings. In this context, the story of Noah and the flood takes on a more cosmic significance, as it represents the restoration of divine order and the eradication of the consequences of angelic rebellion. Enoch, the protagonist of the story, plays a pivotal role as the divine messenger and intermediary. He is chosen by God to deliver a series of warnings and judgments to both the fallen angels and the corrupt humans. Enoch's heavenly journeys allow him to witness the inner workings of the cosmos, including the movements of celestial bodies, the fate of souls, and the divine judgment awaiting the wicked. Enoch's visions are not merely prophetic, but also provide a glimpse into the nature of divine justice and the cosmic order, underscoring the importance of righteousness and obedience to God's laws. The Book of Enoch is not just a theological narrative. It is also a work of cosmological and astronomical speculation. The astronomical book, one of the later sections, presents an elaborate system of celestial movements, seasons, and the laws governing the cosmos. This section is rich in detail, reflecting the ancient Jewish fascination with the heavens and the belief that celestial bodies played a crucial role in the unfolding of divine history. The text presents a sophisticated understanding of the stars, the moon, and the sun, which is strikingly advanced for its time. This cosmology, intertwined with the spiritual and moral teachings of the book, underscores the belief that the natural world and the spiritual realm are deeply interconnected. Another fascinating aspect of the Book of Enoch is its influence on early Christian thought. The Epistle of Jude in the New Testament directly quotes from the Book of Enoch, demonstrating that early Christians were not only aware of the text, but considered it authoritative in some capacity. This quotation from Jude 1 verses 14 and 15, which references the prophecy of Enoch about the coming judgment, reveals the deep connection between the early Christian community and the apocryphal literature of the Jewish tradition. While the church ultimately decided not to include the Book of Enoch in the canonical scriptures, its influence can be seen in various apocalyptic and eschatological teachings that became central to Christian theology. Despite its exclusion from the canon, the Book of Enoch continued to influence Jewish mysticism, particularly in the development of Kabbalistic traditions. In later mystical writings, such as 3rd Enoch, the figure of Enoch is transformed into the archangel Metatron, a powerful celestial being who serves as God's right-hand figure. This transformation highlights the ongoing fascination with Enoch's unique status as a human who ascended to the divine realm. In Kabbalistic thought, Metatron is seen as the angel who bridges the gap between the human and divine, a concept that echoes the themes of divine-human interaction found in the Book of Enoch. The rediscovery of the Book of Enoch in the modern era, particularly through the efforts of scholars such as R.H. Charles and George Nicholsburg, has sparked a renewed interest in the text. Critical editions of the Book of Enoch, along with translations of the Guizi manuscript preserved in Ethiopia, have made the text more accessible to modern readers. The discovery of Enochic fragments among the Dead Sea Scrolls at Qumran further confirmed the antiquity and widespread influence of the book within the Jewish religious world of the Second Temple period. These discoveries have allowed scholars to reconsider the text's significance not only as a work of religious literature, but also as a key to understanding the spiritual and apocalyptic mindset of ancient Jews and early Christians. The Book of Enoch's role in modern popular culture is another fascinating development. Today, the text has captured the imagination of many, often depicted as a source of hidden or forbidden knowledge. Popular films, books, and internet blogs frequently reference the Book of Enoch, linking it to themes of secret knowledge, ancient conspiracies, and divine revelation. This modern fascination, while sometimes speculative and sensationalized, reflects the ongoing allure of the mysteries contained within the Book of Enoch. The question of whether the Book of Enoch is sacred, symbolic, or merely literary is one that continues to provoke deep reflection. Those who view it through a theological lens may see it as an inspired text, unjustly excluded from the biblical canon due to ecclesiastical politics. From an academic standpoint, it is a remarkable work of ancient Jewish literature that reflects the spiritual and cosmological views of its time. For the mystical and esoteric communities, it remains a key to unlocking the hidden truths of the universe, offering insight into the divine realms and the fate of the soul. In any case, The Book of Enoch remains a profound testament to humanity's enduring search for knowledge, understanding, and connection with the divine. As long as there are questions about the nature of good and evil, divine judgment, and the relationship between humanity and the cosmos, the Book of Enoch will continue to intrigue, inspire, and challenge those who seek to unravel its mysteries. If you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your thoughts and questions are incredibly valuable to us, so feel free to share them in the comments. Until we meet again in the next video, where we'll dive even deeper into the mysteries of religion, take care and see you soon.